Welcome back to Luke's Properties YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the ultimate rent-to-rent success roadmap. I teach this roadmap inside my program, so you're actually getting a sneak peek into what my paying clients get to use. This roadmap is all about diagnosing the problem or problems in your rent-to-rent business, understanding the bottlenecks, and then fixing them. So in this video, we're going to combine a funnel that I call the LAPS funnel. LAPS stands for leads, so marketing, outreach, appointments, so viewings and meetings with landlords and agents, proposals, so making offers to landlords or agents, and sales or success, so securing your first rent-to-rent deal. We're going to use this framework to diagnose your bottlenecks, and we're going to talk through with a step-by-step rent-to-rent journey roadmap to know exactly what to do at each stage. So I want you to think about your business as if you're a doctor and a patient has come into your office, and before you can prescribe them any medication or treatment, you first have to diagnose what the problem is. Thinking about your business like a doctor is something that's really helped me grow my businesses over the years. Understanding where the bottleneck is, diagnosing where the problem is, and then focusing all of my energy on that specific problem allows you to fix exactly what's wrong and then move on to the next. Oftentimes as business owners, we get frustrated, we get overwhelmed with all the moving parts, and that overwhelm can make us sometimes even create new problems by changing things that didn't need to be changed, by adding stuff that doesn't need to be added. And my experience over the last 8 years has taught me that in most cases, there's some sort of bottleneck, a small problem or issue that needs to be improved and worked on. And once you fix that, then you're back on the horse and you're back moving forward, making progress. Oftentimes, it's the smallest of things that make the biggest difference in business. So that's what we're going to talk about today, fixing those bottlenecks and getting your rent-to-rent business off the ground. So let's get into the video. By the way, guys, if you don't know who I am, my name's Luke. Over the past 8 years, I've built a successful 6-figure rent-to-rent business from around £6,000 in savings. I've used the profits from that business to buy a portfolio of buy-to-let properties, and nowadays I teach people how to do exactly what I've done. So let's get into the video. So the 3 main points of this video are to track where you're stuck, which the numbers will tell you, to know exactly what to do next, which actions will tell you, and to keep momentum until success. So stage 1, marketing and outreach, or L for leads. So the first stage you need to be at, once you've set your business up, of course, is you need to practice the rule of 100. So you need to contact 100 landlords or 100 agents. That could be through online messaging, sending letters, walking into estate agents. One way or another, you have to contact at least 100 landlords or agents. And all you're doing at this point is either requesting a viewing or testing to see if the landlord or agent is open to working with a company like yours. So the number here is 100, and the actions are as follows. You need to build a list of landlords and agents. So look on Rightmove, look on Gumtree, look on OpenRent. Use these portals. Start making a list of properties or favoriting properties that you want to contact. Then you need to start sending messages, emails, and phone calls. And at this point, again, like I said, you're just testing. You just want to test the waters, try and either arrange a viewing or ask questions and find out if the landlord or agent is open to working with a company. You should document this whole process so you can see your conversion rate in a CRM, or just use an Excel spreadsheet. So 100 outreaches to landlords and agents, build a list of agents and landlords, favorite properties on those property portals, send messages, emails, and make phone calls. You need to push past the discouragement. Most students quit here. So when agents are telling you, no, we don't work with companies, when landlords are hanging the phone up on you, are you going to quit, or are you going to pick the phone up and call another landlord? Are you going to email another agent, even though the first 3 have told you that they don't want to work with you? How resilient are you? So in stage 1, the bottleneck here to fix, if you have no viewings, you have to increase outreach, volume, or improve your message. This is stage 1, this is marketing and outreach, and this is L for leads. You have to create leads. Leads are the oxygen to your business. This is where the whole process starts. If you haven't got any leads, then you're not going to be able to get any sales. So you have to make sure out of these 100, you should be aiming for around 20% or 20 qualified leads. So stage 2 is viewings and meetings, or A for appointments. The action here to get to this stage is you must book as many viewings as possible. Aim for 40. Some of those viewings will get cancelled. Some of those viewings, other people will beat you to them and rent the property before you. So aim for 40, and if you manage to actually do 20 viewings, then you're doing good. On the viewings, ask questions. Is the property licensed HMO? Have you ever had company lets in the past? Try and find the landlord's pain points. Once you know the pain points, you can position your offer as the solution to the pain. The purpose of these viewings is to build a rapport and trust. The bottleneck to fix here at stage 2, viewings and meetings, is if viewings aren't converting to offers, you need to refine how you present yourself and ask better questions. So are you saying the right things? Are you presenting yourself in a professional manner? Are you asking the right questions? This is how you fix your bottleneck at stage 2. Then we move on to stage 3. The questions you should be asking should reveal the pain points. If they're not revealing the pain points, then they're the wrong questions. We have a whole list of questions that we ask landlords inside our program. We may even have them in a free giveaway that we have, which is called the Rent to Rent Toolkit. If you want access to that, just DM me on Instagram the word toolkit and I'll send it to you for free. So moving on to stage 3, making offers, or P for proposals. So out of those 20 viewings, you need to target at least 10 offers. The more offers you make, the more chance you've got of a landlord or agent agreeing to your offer. And out of those 10 offers, 3 of them need to be serious proposals. So some of these 10 offers will get rejected. Some of them, the landlord or agent will want to know more information. But out of these 10, 3 of them should get to the next stage, which is the landlord or agent agreeing to your offer. And then you should start to go through the referencing stage and maybe even paying a holding deposit. Out of those 10 offers, 3 of them should be serious proposals that move you forward one step closer to actually getting the keys. Now, the action you need to take to do this is run the numbers. You need to analyze the deals quickly in order to make your offers. We have a deal analyzer inside our program. We also have a free deal analyzer that we give away inside our Rent to Rent Toolkit. If you want that, just DM me the word toolkit on Instagram and I'll send it to you for free. So you need to be analyzing deals. You need to make offers confidently. You should expect rejections, but again, you want to get 3 serious proposals out of 10. Use comparables and highlight your guaranteed rent value to back up your offer. The bottleneck to fix here is if your offers are getting rejected, check if your numbers are off or if you're not solving the landlord's pain points. So if your offer is just like everyone else and it isn't solving any pain points for landlords, then how are you going to stand out? Why is the landlord going to want to work with you? So if you're stuck here at this stage, stage 3, making offers, you need to check your numbers to see if you're either offering way too low or if you're not solving the landlord's pain points. Those are the only things you need to focus on if you're stuck at this stage. So stage 4, your first deal is secured, which is S for sales or success. So your target here is to get 1 deal closed out of these 3 serious proposals. The action you have to take here is to sign an agreement, which will normally be a company let agreement, a management agreement, or a commercial lease. You need to collect the keys and take control of the property. Then you need to refurbish the property and furnish it on a budget, ideally for under £4,000. You need to transfer the utilities and systems into your company's name. So council tax, Wi-Fi, energy, gas, electric, water, etc. The bottleneck to fix here is if the deal falls through, revisit stage 3 and adjust your offer terms. So if you get to this stage and the deal falls through, then go back to stage 3 and adjust and improve your offer. Again, if you're not solving the pain points of the landlord and your offer doesn't stand out, then they're not going to work with you. You need to create an offer that is a win-win scenario for the landlord and yourself, but also it needs to be a no-brainer really for the landlord. Your offer needs to be so good that it makes the landlord think, why wouldn't I do this? So if you're stuck here at stage 4, getting your first deal secured, and if your deals keep falling through, go back to stage 3, improve and iterate your offer. Moving on to stage 5, filling rooms and tenants. Your target here is 100% occupancy. The action you have to take to achieve this is to go all in on marketing. So use portals like Spare Room, Open Rent, Facebook groups, send leaflets out, do some guerrilla marketing, screen tenants properly, aim for professionals, contractors, engineers, these types of people. You need to move fast because voids eat up your cash. The bottleneck to fix here at stage 5 is if rooms aren't filling, then you need to adjust your pricing or boost your marketing volume. Most of the time in business, especially in rent to rent, what presents itself as volatility or difficulty is normally just a symptom of low volume. So in other words, you're not doing enough, you're not marketing enough, you're not advertising enough, you're not putting your product in front of enough people. If your rooms aren't filling, then you need to double down on your volume and make sure your pricing is fair, and you want to find the sweet spot, which we call product market fit. If you're too expensive, your rooms aren't going to fill. If you're too cheap, you're going to attract the wrong type of tenants. So you have to find the sweet spot, you have to find product market fit, and that can take some testing, some practicing, and the whole process can normally take between 2 to 4 weeks before you get things exactly how you want them. So be patient, but work quickly, do a lot of testing, get the data, and try and find that sweet spot. Stage 6 is maximizing margins. So your target here is to make between £600 to £1,000 in profit per month per property. The actions you have to take to achieve this are you have to systemize your bills, so your direct debits. You also need to keep your expenses low, so make sure the tenants aren't just burning energy, wasting energy, leaving the heating on full blast, leaving the windows open. Try and get some sort of system in place, some sort of schedule, install a thermostat to control the heating. Make sure you have smart meters installed for the energy so that you're not just paying for estimates, which can be quite expensive. These are things you can do to keep your expenses low. You need to ensure that tenants pay on time and on the same date, ideally as your rent. Systemize your bills, your direct debits, so your council tax, paying for energy, paying for Wi-Fi. Try and systemize these direct debits so you know exactly when they're coming out. Ideally at the end of the month or the start of the month. Make sure your tenants pay on time, ideally on the same date or as close as possible to when you pay rent. And you need to monitor your cash flow weekly. So stay on top of things, make sure you're collecting your rent and monitor how much is coming in versus how much is going out. The bottleneck to fix here at this stage, stage 6, is if your margins are slim, you need to try and negotiate your bills, try and get the best rates on energy, try and reduce your costs, like I said, by making sure the tenants aren't wasting energy. And you can also try and adjust your prices. So maybe if your margins are slim, you may need to increase the rent slightly, maybe 10, 20, 30 pounds per month per room, just to give you a bit more of a buffer and to absorb any unexpected costs and hopefully to creep your profit margin up. So those are the bottlenecks you have to fix at stage 6, maximizing margins. Stage 7 is scaling to 4+ properties. The target is to get to 4 properties within the first 6 to 12 months of your business. The actions you have to take to achieve this are to document everything you do, photos, videos, case studies, and you can use these to show new potential clients, new landlords, show them the quality of your work and try and build that trust. Another thing you can do is build your brand on social media. The more people can see you, the more likely they are to trust you. You should be reinvesting your profits into more deals. So when you start to make money from your rent to rents, don't go and buy a fancy car or designer clothes or a nice watch. Reinvest the profit back into more deals and scale your business. You should be working the LAPS funnel again at scale. So remember, LAPS stands for leads, appointments, proposals, and success or sales. The bottleneck to fix here at stage 7 is if growth stalls, increase marketing outreach, outsource some tasks so that you can focus on marketing only, and leverage case studies to win trust faster with new potential clients. This is the ultimate rent-to-rent success roadmap. Diagnose your bottlenecks, guys, and fix them. Now, if you want someone to help you start or scale your rent-to-rent business, I'll put a link in the video description below. Click the link, you'll be able to book in a call in with myself. On that call, we'll see if we're a good fit for each other. If not, then keep watching my videos, keep learning from my free content, keep watching my success students win, and hopefully you'll get some success too. I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.